And you thought I was done. Heck to the no, we still got time left. It's Wednesday only, you know? Last week I was driving a different car. So I just skipped it, you know what I mean? It's like, I don't have this set up. I'm not going to try that hard. But that being said, it is Wednesday. School ends Friday. We have a teacher in-service day on Monday, but I think school ends on Friday. I think my brain ends on Friday. I think that is what I want to do. We're going to do the old in the out, right now. Don't do as I do as I say, right? Something like that. I forget how that goes. Do as I say, not as I do. Anyway, love that little flip, and I think we're going to time it right. Oh, we got a green light up ahead. We're rolling on a Wednesday. So I wrapped up the school year. Today, tomorrow, Friday, finals days. Out at 11. Oh, no. Missed it by... It's okay. But I mean it when I say wrapped up the school year. We had graduation. We had our back to school night. We had our interview day. We had an advisory board meeting. Man, it was a busy time, but all good things. Already excited for next year. Doing 3 weeks of the summer program for the junior high schools in town. Game of Drones is what it's called. We are going to have some fun with some drones. And anywho, all that to say, the year's wrapped. You know what I mean? Finals are done. Grades are posted. Seniors graduate tonight and tomorrow night. We all graduated last Wednesday. Yeah, graduation night. That was another thing of wrapping it up. And so, you know what? This is where the celebration happens. Where we're still at school. There might be a few kids that show up. But the learning stops until next year. And it's crazy how much, again, yesterday I already started prepping for this, where I'm like, how much learning goes into teaching. When you have to teach something, you have to learn a whole heck of a lot about it. And yeah, I'm already printing out my duplicates, printing out my copies for next year, so that way I'm not the teacher that drops them off on the first day of school and says, I need that by tomorrow, 500 copies, So I'm planning ahead, getting some things lined up, which feels good. It feels good to have some time to reflect, look at next year's calendar, move it all around. Anyway, all good things. So, and I got to go camping this last weekend. And I get to go camping next Monday to Friday, which I'm pretty excited about. And last time I went camping, I learned about comparison. And I don't know. If I compare my trailer to half the residents in that campground, I'll feel bad about myself. And I'm like, oh, I don't have that. He's got slide outs and blah, But then you wake up in the morning and you crank the heater, you get your coffee going. Maybe you step outside to clean the coffee or or something like that, and you see these people in tents sitting on top of a hard table, cold, and you're like, dude, I'm so glad I get to go inside of this little pop-up thing called a trailer. And then you're like, dude, we're living large, you know what I mean? I think that's true. I think figuring out who you compare yourself to makes you feel different things, you know what I mean? So don't compare yourself to the wrong people, because you will probably spend your life thinking you're not good enough when all you're doing is comparing yourself to the wrong people. Anyway, side thought. Drop top. Okay, getting over. Oh, yeah. Sorry, Nissan. Trying to sneak in there too. Oh, go Nissan, go. Oh, made it. What else do I got for you? Maybe not much. Friday is the final finale. And as a teacher, I give grades, right? I give percentages. I'm like, Anyway, if I had to give this darn thing a grade, I'm like, okay, there's 180 school days. I think today's 152 or 3. Excuse me. Trying to sneeze with your eyes open might make them pop out of your head. Yeah, out of 180 days, if I got to 153 or 54, 55, 15 out of 18, right? 15.5 out of 18. It's got to be a high B. 87%? I don't know. I'm throwing out numbers. 15. So more than 3/4. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway. But more than anything, it's just one of those things I could stack up in my brain as far as the next time I tell myself I'm going to do something, I'm going to be like, yeah, self, hey, guess what? You're actually going to do it. Because remember all those other times you're like, yeah, when you said you're going to do this and then you did it? That's all it's about. Griffin was in wrestling, and on his last day, we had gotten back from the beach. Dude was wiped. Last wrestling practice of the year. I think he cried 5 times. He wanted to quit. He was emotionally and physically drained. And he's, again, playing a sport that requires 100% of your body. And anyway, stuck it out. And once we got to the end of the practice, he's like, Dad, that was my worst practice yet, but I'm proud of myself. And that's what it's stinking about. I'm like, a 7-year-old saying that he's proud of himself for sticking it out and giving it his all. Like, lesson learned. Yeah, anyway, all good stuff. Okay, got to respond to a couple texts. Have a great Friday. Peace.